What was the saddest fictional character death for you? Those little shoes in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Stoic the vast How to Train Your Dragon. Dude literally just reunited with his wife after over 15 years of being gone and spends a total of about 15 minutes with her. Cause of death: basically took a bullet in the chest to protect his son. The Dog's in Where the Red Fern Grows. John Coffey in The Green Mile. Brooks, Shawshank Redemption. It was just so damn sad to see someone so heavily institutionalized. And honestly, I didn't even realize what was happening in that scene until after he had already carved Brooks was here into the beam. It gets me every time. Poor Jake Frown. Ellie from Up gets me every time. He can't see without his glasses. Henry Blake. MASH. The scene in the operating room. The actors weren't told about it, just called back for one last scene shoot and Radar walks in and tells them. The silence is amplified by the sounds of instruments still working. Haunting. Saving Private Ryan has two of the saddest, most brutally gut-wrenching deaths I've ever seen on screen in Wade and Mellish. Wade trying to talk the guys through his injury that goes from panic and terror to acceptance of his own death as he cries out for his mother and says, "I want to go home?" Jesus Christ. Mellish is brutal for all the more uncomfortable and raw reasons you'd imagine. War is horrific. Young men are sent off to die and their lives are cut short for no reason. It's tragic and heartbreaking, and this is one of the only movies to really nail that feeling. Gwen Stacy hitting the floor. Littlefoot's mother's death. Fives. He was so close to stopping Order 66, but nobody would believe him. Boromir. My brother, my captain, my king. The Iron Giant. Pops from Regular Show. He was the literal embodiment of good and he died saving the universe from and with his brother. He was such an innocent and friendly guy who was kind to everyone he met. I still tear up seeing the finale to this day. Edit. His last words to Mordecai and Rigby especially hurt. I know you're sad, but this is a good ending. Take care of each other. Goodbye. Artax. Leslie Burke. Bridge to Terabithia. I didn't expect it at all. It said family/fantasy and was made by Disney. Uncle Ira singing to his dead son. Damn, now that was sad. Wilson from Castaway. Wash, pilot of the Firefly-class Serenity. He's a leaf on the wind. Brandon Fraser's characters in Scrubs. Matthew Cuthbert, Anne of Green Gables. Arnold in Terminator 2. Every single time. Mice Hughes from Fullmetal Alchemist/Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. His funeral always hits me so damn hard. Not Penny's Boat. Tadashi Hamada from Big Hero 6. Dude was working on a robot to help others and died in an attempt to help others. What a guy. Shireen Baratheon from Game of Thrones. Glenn from The Walking Dead. Him looking over at Maggie as he was dying destroyed me. Mufasa's death gets me every time. Arthur Morgan. Wolverine in Logan. That was such a great ending to his story, but damn if it wasn't sad. Zabuza and Haku. Nina Tucker. Full Metal Alchemist. The Dog in I Am Legend. Roy in Blade Runner. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched C-beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhäuser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to Die. Beth in Little Women. The Wife in Up. Charlotte. Finnick. Grave of the Fireflies. Both siblings. Fucking oi cuts fresh and deep every time I reread The Dark Tower. Edit. As many of you have pointed out, Jake and Eddie are equally sob-inducing, and I bawl like a baby every time I go round the tower again, which has been many and many a times. Roland would say Della and twiddle his fingers at the horizon. Also, I wish I hadn't posted this because every time someone responds, I get melancholy AF all over again. Long days and pleasant nights to all of you. Fry's Dog Seymour from Futurama. Johnny on The Outsiders. Stay Gold, Johnny Cakes, Johnny Cakes. Oops, he's dead. Oberyn from Game of Thrones. Joyce. Hedwig. Such a small death, but it really helped to show the pointlessness of war. As much as people hate the Phantom Menace, Kagon's death still makes me tear up. Country Mac. He was not the kind of guy who could score a point in a black belt tournament. Granny Weatherwax. Primrose in the Hunger Games trilogy. As a 12-year-old did not see that coming. Honestly, I was really invested in Got, up to a point, and Hodor's whole story and death were so depressing. Just one of those characters that deserves so much better. Hazel in Watership Down. Daisy, John Wick's dog. Littlefoot's mother, from Land Before Time. Still recovering. Remember, the top comment on today's video will make it into tomorrow's video. Be sure to answer the question in the comments below.